How do I even do this? What's up, YouTube, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. It's the first one. My name's Andy, and this channel is going to be all about audio, video, and technology. All things that we can geek out over together and hopefully learn from each other. I'm very new to this, so again, please bear with me. It's really weird talking to a camera, but I appreciate anybody that's watching. And since I am new to YouTube, if you could do me a huge favor and please click like and subscribe down below, drop me a comment, say hi, yeah, we can be friends. So again, thanks for watching. All right, guys, now that the introduction's out of the way, in this video, we are gonna be talking about GoPros. Are these cameras actually good? I picked up my first GoPro about 3 years ago, right before my wife and I were gonna leave on a trip to go to Iceland. I knew that I wanted to buy some sort of camera to take with us to kind of document the journey and the trip. So I did some research, and about 2 or 3 days later, I ended up landing on a GoPro Hero 5. I picked it up on eBay for about 150 bucks used. I had never owned a GoPro before. I really had never owned any just point and shoot cameras, other than my cell phone and maybe a really cheap digital camera when I was younger. So I ended up getting this GoPro a couple weeks before we were gonna leave for the trip. So I had a couple weeks to just play around and learn the menus and the settings before we left. So I was able to take this camera and only this camera to Iceland to document the entire journey. So I was taking this on hiking trips up mountains and taking this in geothermal rivers, and took this to the Blue Lagoon. It can get wet and it can get dirty, and I didn't have to worry about it too much. I wasn't gonna worry about something like my cell phone falling in the water or getting covered in mud or falling down a mountain or anything like that. So I was able to take this and really not worry too much about it. All right, let's talk about the good things that GoPro has going for it. Let's first talk about the size. These things are incredibly small. They're super easy to travel with. They're super easy to take with you, on daily adventures. You can throw them in your book bag, throw them in your pocket, and they don't take up much space and they don't add any weight to your gear. So definitely a win there. Another thing that's great about the size is these things can go places that most mirrorless and DSLR cameras just can't go, or wouldn't be practical to go. You're not gonna strap your A6500 to your head, and try to snowboard down a mountain. Whereas this, you absolutely can, and that's really what it's meant to do. So really fantastic feature there is just how small they are, the places they can go, and the fact that they don't add any extra weight to your gear. The next thing that I think is great about these cameras is the frame rate and resolutions that you're able to get out of these cameras now. My Hero 5 was a camera that even 3 years ago was able to shoot at 4K 30. So that's a pretty amazing resolution for a camera this small. Now they're able to shoot 4K 120. You can get those really crisp images and that really, really smooth, buttery slow-mo out of a really, really small camera. So that's pretty fantastic. And you can get some really epic shots. Obviously, we've seen all the GoPro, promo footage where just people are doing all these insane things, which is really cool. All right, the next thing we need to talk about is the stabilization. GoPro makes it so easy to shoot incredibly smooth, stable footage, even in extreme situations. It actually makes going back and using a DSLR or mirrorless camera feel like a lot of work when you're trying to hold your hands really steady to avoid those micro jitters. It's not something that you have to worry about here. So it is, again, very user-friendly for somebody that's new to making videos that, is running and gunning and not wanting to worry about pulling out a gimbal or, holding their hands a certain way. These things you can just turn on, strap to your chest or your head, hold in your hand, run and gun, shoot your video, and you're done. So that to me is a huge win. So I love the stabilization of these cameras. The last thing I want to talk about on the pros is, again, the ease of use. They're very, very easy to use for people that don't have a background in video work. You don't have to have a lot of knowledge. You're not changing an aperture. You can adjust your ISO and you can adjust your shutter speed and your resolution, and that's about all you need to worry about. Most people using these cameras will just leave it on the GoPro color profile and not worry about color grading after the fact. So again, having that built-in color profile in there is really nice for someone, especially when you're new to making videos and you're not really interested in doing those extra steps. this makes it incredibly easy to get very cool looking footage. I know it's a little oversaturated and the contrast is a little intense, but that's GoPro footage and it does look pretty cool in most cases. So these are some good things about it. Let's talk about the not so good things about it. The first one is the low light capability. It's pretty terrible in low light. It has a really small sensor. It has a fixed 2.8 aperture. So again, the only way to really get it to work in low light is to crank the ISO, and honestly above 600 to 800 it's pretty grainy. So you're not going to be using these for a lot of nighttime shoots, but again, that's just part of the camera. You know, they're packing a lot into a small form factor, so we got to make some, you know, sacrifices, I guess. The next thing, they tend to be a little glitchy. You probably seen tons of YouTube videos and tons of people reviewing these, and a lot of times we'd hear about how, you know, the screen is really laggy and glitchy, it freezes a lot, it loses footage. There is some of that. You know, this is the Hero 8, and it does freeze from time to time, although it's not as bad as the Hero 9. It's kind of something that, again, we have to accept with these cameras. They're not gonna be perfect cameras, especially at, you know, $200, $300, $400. You know, at that price point, I feel like we have to accept that there are gonna be some of those sacrifices. And again, how much technology is packed in here, it is gonna be a little glitchy and laggy. So the last thing is the battery life. Battery life's not great. I feel like, you know, at 4K 60, you can get 35 to 40 minutes on a battery if you're shooting continuous. A little lower if you're shooting at higher frame rates or higher resolution than that. The battery life's not great. So you're gonna wanna buy a couple extra batteries. For me, I think 3 batteries out with you for a full day is perfect. You know, these aren't meant to just record and, you know, record for 20 minutes at a time. You're usually taking pretty quick shots, so in between it's easy to turn it off. The Hero 5 that I took, you know, on a trip to Iceland, I took 2 batteries, you know, and 2 batteries got me through a whole day of shooting because I was really just focusing on capturing the most epic moments. I wasn't just turning it on and filming for 30 minutes at a time. So overall, coming back to the original question, are these cameras any good? Absolutely. I would say yes. GoPros are fantastic. Again, they're incredibly easy to use. So if you were thinking about picking one up, again, for the holidays or giving it as a gift to somebody who's getting into video work, do it. It's a really easy camera to learn how to use. You can get really amazing footage. They're really affordable, and there's tons of cool accessories out there that you can get to, you know, kind of modify the GoPro. I would definitely recommend ND filters. I have a set of ND filters for this. We'll get into in another video what it allows you to do. But they're fun. These cameras are just fun. Do yourself a favor and get one. The Hero 10 is out now. You can buy these, the Hero 8s and the Hero 9s. They're about $300 now. You know, on Amazon. You can probably get them cheaper used on eBay. But they're a very accessible, easy to use camera. Definitely recommend that everyone have one in their camera bag, whether you're super experienced or you're a beginner. They're really fun and easy to use. So do it, buy one. That's it for this video. Again, I appreciate anyone for watching. Again, please like and subscribe. Again, I'm brand new to YouTube, so if you could help me out, help me grow this channel, drop me a comment, say hi, tell me some things that you like to shoot with your GoPro. That'd be cool, we can talk about it. I do have a lot more content coming, so a lot more camera reviews, some tutorials. We're gonna talk about some audio stuff. So again, please like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I'm gonna be uploading more videos soon. So again, thanks for watching. See you later.